Hello, my dear friends. I am Jyotirvid Pavan Kumar. You must have heard that many sages, saints, they die at will. They declare beforehand that at certain time and date they will discard their physical body, and it is known as Mahasamadhi. Now, somebody posed me a question that whether this thing is right for anybody to do if that person knows the technique. Now, in order to find the answer to this, you need to understand that for any person who is born on this earth, there is specific agenda, specific planning which is done before birth, right? The overself has planned certain things for that human to do in the life which that person is going to undertake. There may be many lessons to be learned in order to evolve, and in addition to that, there may be some part of the previous accumulated karma which is to be worked out. So, what I mean to say is that there is a planned, pre-planned agenda for each person, and for that some lifespan is decided beforehand, right? Now, if that person is spiritually evolved, which means that person is self-realized, then that person will be in constant touch with his or her own self. Then in that case, that person, spiritually evolved person, knows that the tasks which that person had undertaken before birth have been completed, and with the consent of the overself, that person can undertake Mahasamadhi at will. So that is a different thing. But in case of a person who is not spiritually evolved enough, who is not self-realized, which means that person is not in constant touch with his or her overself, so doesn't know whether the task is complete or not for that life, then just by knowing the technique to leave, to discard the body at will, doesn't justify to use it. So it will come under the category of suicide then. Now, I have heard, I won't take the name, that there was a saintly person who was not much spiritually evolved, but that person wanted to discard the body at will, and that person came to know a certain technique for doing this, and the reason that person had for leaving the body, discarding the body at will, was that person said that at that time the person was in good health and he didn't want to die as a diseased person. So fearing from some disease which may get in future, that person wanted to discard his physical body. Now this seems very immature. This shows that person was not spiritually evolved, because disease, sorrow, suffering, difficulties can be part of the conditions planned for that person, because some hard lessons can be learnt only under difficult conditions, under harsh conditions, under sorrow and suffering. Disease can be part of that. So fearing from disease doesn't justify, right? And it clearly shows that person was not spiritually evolved enough, right? So my dear friends, I hope it is clear, and these things need to be understood in depth. And that is only possible if you know the purpose of life. We are down here in order to learn certain things. Our over self has sent each person in order to learn certain lessons, and most of the lessons are learned under difficult conditions. So fearing from difficult conditions and knowing a technique to discard the body at will not be considered Mahasamadhi, it will be considered suicide. I hope it is clear now. Thank you for watching.